Alright guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make my easy breadsticks recipe. Now this is a bread recipe that you can use for more than just breadsticks, but this is our favorite way to eat it. So I'm going to be starting with 1.5 cups of warm water. Warm is between 105 and 110 degrees. I just used my kettle to warm it up. You're also going to put in a tablespoon of sugar into that. It can be maple syrup, it can be agave. I'm just going to use regular sugar and I'm going to mix that around until the sugar is mostly dissolved, not all the way, but that's okay. And then make sure you do not put any salt in this. You're gonna add 2¼ teaspoons of active dry yeast, which is equal to 1 package if you're getting it from the store. And you're just going to just lightly stir that. And then you're going to set this aside and you're gonna let it bloom for up to 10 minutes. And I'll show you what that looks like in a bit. It'll get nice and foamy. All right, so I'm gonna show you what we're gonna be putting as our dry ingredients. So I'm gonna be using 3 cups of bread flour. I just keep my flour in a massive container. Now, you do not have to use bread flour. All-purpose flour will work as well. And you're gonna want 3 cups and then just a little bit on the side as well for sprinkling or if your mix is too wet. All right, so 3 cups of bread flour, and I of course wore a long sleeve. That was dumb. All right, so to our bread flour we're gonna add 3/4 teaspoon of salt. You can add salt to your preference. I'm using 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning and then 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm just gonna pour those in there, and then I'm going to stir those together. And then I'll show you what the water and yeast mixture looks like when it's done. All right, so it's been 5 minutes and you can see how foamy this mixture is. We're just going to pour the yeast mixture into our bowl. You don't want the water too hot or it will kill the yeast. So the temperature I gave you, you're just gonna put that in. And then, again, you can start by whisking, but I'm gonna start with my dough hook. If you don't have a mixer, you can knead this by hand. Once it comes together, just put it on a floured surface, knead it back and forth for about 5 minutes, but I have a mixer, and that's what it's for. So here we go. I'm gonna start low, and then I'm gonna work up.
There we go. All
right, so after about 5 minutes, you're just going to remove the dough hook. See, it's very elastic. It's a little bit sticky, but not too sticky. And then just gonna kind of pull it together a little bit here. Sticky is okay. All right, so we're going to take this off of the mixer. We're going to just cover this with a kitchen towel, and you're gonna put it in a warm spot. If it's in the daytime, you can put it in a window. I'm gonna sit it in my microwave without turning the microwave on. You could put it in your oven just to warm it, you know, but you're gonna set this for 30 minutes and that's it. And I'll show you how we make the breadsticks after 30 minutes. All right, so after 30 minutes, they should have at least doubled in size. You can let it rise longer if you're making a loaf or something, but we're not. So what we're gonna do, let's get a little bit of flour. Use whatever kind you want. And you're just gonna cover your surface. And we're gonna turn out the dough. And it's gonna stick a little bit, and that's okay. Just kind of pull it away from the sides with your hands. All right, so I'm gonna dust it with a little more flour. And then, this is optional, you don't have to roll it out, but I'm gonna roll it out a little bit, just to kind of help me with this. What you can do now is, if you want, you could turn this into pizza dough now that it's like this. The possibilities with this are endless. So I'm just gonna roll it out a bit. I don't always do this. If you're like pressed for time, you don't have to. But I'm just gonna roll it out long ways, and then we're gonna cut it into some chunks. All right, so now that we've got our pieces, the dough is nice and long. You can twist it if you want to make kind of a twisted breadstick. I'll be honest, I don't make the prettiest ones, but they are delicious, and that's what really counts. So what I've got beside me is just a pan lined with a silicone mat. So I'm gonna go ahead and make these real quick. Got all these, and I have one little garlic knot. They're different sizes because I just didn't make them uniform, but you totally can if you're, you know, serving these to a crowd or something. So I've got an oven preheated to 425 degrees. You're gonna pop these in from 10 to 12 minutes. They're gonna be brown on the bottom, crispy, and when you tap on them or kind of thump them, they should sound hollow. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven, and I will see you in about 15 minutes. All right guys, so these are my breadsticks. So I kind of overestimated the size versus the plate, but it's fine. So look how crispy those are on the bottom. Sounds nice and good. We'll break one open. Oh, look at that. Super soft, super fluffy. It's gonna be slightly chewy, but really tender. And again, you can use these to make garlic knots. You can use it to make an actual bread loaf. This is my basic recipe. The savory seasonings are definitely optional, but I highly recommend them. This is honestly perfection. Dip in a little balsamic or tomato sauce of your choice. Let me know if you guys give these a try, and don't forget to tag me on Instagram. Like and subscribe before you go, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.